Hello and welcome. I'm just going to do a quick revision of Microsoft PowerPoint for you. So I just taken this PowerPoint presentation and I'm going to do a couple of the tasks that we would have learned earlier in the year. So the first thing you would do, open PowerPoint presentation, you might save it. So File, Save As, I'm going to save it to this PC, give it a name and hit Save. The next thing you might want to do is to change the color of the font. So here I have a bit of font typed in, and up here I have my font colors. You can add a bit more definition to your font by applying bold formatting. You can add a subtitle here by typing it in, and if I want to change how that looks, I highlight it and I might put it to italic and maybe underline using these commands here. This S, which is in PowerPoint, stands for shadow. So if I highlight a piece of text and I click on S, it gives it a bit of a shadow behind it. It's quite hard to see it there with the grey background. If I choose it on this, it might be more obvious. There we go. You can see the shadow there. It really stands out behind it. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you to do is if you wanted to, for example, to apply some formatting that this text and images would all come in at separate times so that they would be individually animated onto the page. So the first thing is if I want this word here, advantages, to appear first, what I would do is I click on animations, and any of the green ones are what we call entrance effects. So I could click on any of them and it gives me a preview. Okay, so that number one means that comes in first. Then if I want this flexibility to come in next, click on that fly in and highlight the second bullet point. And again, it's 1, 2, 3, so I know that's coming in first, second, and third. And then I want this one to come in next. And finally, I want my picture to come in. Now, if I do a preview of that, the screen is blank until I click it. Click it again, click it again, click it again, and click it again. So they're my animations. So they individually allow text to fly into the screen. The other thing you might want to do is add some transitions. So transitions are between slides, so that if you apply a transition, it is a movement between the slides. So from this slide to the next slide. So for example, if I go for one of these, click on transitions and select one of them, that's how the next slide is going to move on. So if I do a preview of that, here I have my animations, and then when I click the next one, I get a transition onto the next slide. Now that was a very quick transition. I might try and apply something that's a bit more obvious by just clicking on transitions and selecting some of these. So if I give you another preview there, you see that that just wipes up off the page. So that's a transition. And then I click it here and it fades onto the next one. So that's another transition. So transitions are between slides. Animations are individual items on the slide coming in and out. And transitions are between the slides themselves. So there's the different tabs up there for those two items. The other thing I want to show you is if you want to look at your Home tab and you want to change the layout of something, the layouts are here. So if you want a title slide, title and content is one we use quite a lot when we're typing in information. So you can choose them here in the Layout tab. The next thing I want you always to know that if you want to get help at any stage during your presentation, you can click on this Help button here. And you can ask Microsoft Word, whatever it is you're looking for, Microsoft PowerPoint, sorry, whatever help you're looking for. Okay? The next thing I want you to know is if we wanted to design and put on a particular theme onto every slide in the presentation, you can select it here. And you can see that they're changing live in the document as I'm going through it. So you can select them, and then over here you can change the colors. So these are themes. You can see that you can change the color of your theme then as well over here. So design and choose a theme is in here under your design tab. Okay. If you want to show your presentation, you just click from the beginning. So it's slideshow from beginning to start presenting it. Or you also have the option down here to present it there as well. And then you move your mouse, click your mouse to move on. And that's just a quick recap of some of the things we've done. You also know, of course, how to insert pictures. So it's Insert tab, Online Pictures, search for something then related to the text. So for example, school. Creative Commons means that you're allowed to use these without any copyright laws. If you have that box unticked, then you might be caught with copyright laws. So you can select any of these pictures that appear and you can use and reproduce those as often as you want because the creator has allowed you to use them. So they're Creative Commons, those ones. You pop in your picture and you can change the size of it then if you wish. That's just an image there. I can delete that very easily if I want. Okay. If I wanted to insert a shape, it's just go to Insert and Shapes. If I want to change the color of the shape, I can just select it here. Once you're clicked on it, this will appear up here. You can change the color of your shape. And you get a live preview as well. So on your Home tab, you've got all your commands for your font group here. You've got all your paragraph here. In your Insert, you've got your pictures, your shapes. If you wanted to put on a slide number, so you're looking for slide number, you just click on Insert here, and then header and footer tools are over here. And you would just simply tick that box there for slide number and click Apply to All. And then you see here number 2 is coming up on this slide, and if I go down, I'll have number 7 on this slide, number 8 on this slide. So there's the slide number automatic. So all I did was click on Insert, inside of my header and footer, tick that box there for a slide number. Again, if I wanted to put in the date, I would tick this box. And if I wanted to put in a footer, I would tick that box there and I would just type it in. In this section here, notes and handouts, if I wanted to put on a header, I would tick the box there and click in to put in a header and then click Apply to All. So if I want to do that, start at the beginning, I'm just going to click on Insert, Header, Footer Tools, Notes and Handouts up here, tick the box for header, and then pop in a header and click Apply to All. If I wanted to put in an extra text box at any stage, I just click on Insert and Text Boxes here, and then I can type. If you want to check your spelling and grammar, you just go to your Review tab and click on Spelling and Grammar. And you can make any changes that are necessary and click OK. Okay guys, that's it for today. That's just a quick summary of what we're doing in Microsoft PowerPoint. Just a couple little tips for you. Thank you very much. Take care.